There's a lot of talk about, in future financing, the role of official development assistance, of ODA, and of domestic revenue streams. And for UNCDF, the key for us, from our experience working on local economic development, is the merging of ODA with domestic resource mobilization, so that ODA can become a catalytic influence on how domestic resources and domestic investment can flow into and be crowded into the local economic space. Right now, in a lot of least developed countries, also probably middle income countries, but mostly least developed countries, there are a lot of barriers to investment moving into local economic development. There are barriers about the risk of investment, about the returns on investment, and about the capacities in the local space for both the public and the private sector. Not to mention the banking sector, to be able to manage productive investment for local infrastructure and local businesses. There's a lot of space for innovation through the FFD in the post-2015 in localizing finance. So getting the flows of finance out of the capital cities, out of the central ministries, and down to the local level. Let me give you one example, which is a program that we're running called Locale, which is looking at how climate adaptation funding, like the Green Climate Fund monies, can be used to promote climate resilience of local infrastructure at the local level. UNCDF has been investing for years in fiscal transfer systems, working with local governments to be able to accept, procure, and implement local fiscal transfers, public resources through fiscal transfers. But a lot of the infrastructure that's built through that is not climate resilient infrastructure, and they don't have the extra dollars to be able to make that infrastructure climate resilient. Green climate funds, for instance, could move through those same channels, which are now accountable, they're audited, and they're part of national processes, and could be add-on funding to make all of that local infrastructure, local roads, local warehouses, local embankments, hydropower plants, to make those more adapted to climate change needs in the local space. That kind of adaptation, which is taking instruments that may already exist or may not exist, but making them relevant to local development where there's a clear acceleration effect for inclusive growth. Those types of innovations are the ones that UNCDF is looking for to design financial mechanisms that will work.